Hello everyone! Today we're celebrating 10 years of Kubernetes. Join us as ArcSim team shares their unique journeys and experiences with this revolutionary technology.
Hey everybody, my name is Chris Hanson. I'm a senior cloud native engineer at RxM. Prior to containers and Kubernetes, I was in configuration management. I did some application performance monitoring, and I remember at the time discovering containers and Kubernetes and thinking how much those were going to change the world. And of course, here we are 10 years later. I think my first exposure to Kubernetes was in the 1.3 release, and I remember how it was a bit challenging to deploy Kubernetes at the time. And then kubadmin came in alpha in 1.4, and how excited we were that it would be easier to deploy a Kubernetes cluster. And of course, that tool too has continued to mature over the years. In between, I've taught probably thousands of engineers how to use Kubernetes and how to get certified. As one of the first KubeStronauts, you can see I'm wearing my jacket today. I'm super grateful for the program, the KubeStronaut program, and grateful to the CNCF for creating it. We've long had CNCF ambassadors, and it's nice to have some recognition for those of us who are ambassadors of training, so to speak.
Hello, my name is Lacsina, and I'm a cloud-native DevOps engineer at RxM. I've been working in the tech industry for about 11 years at this point, with a background ranging from application performance monitoring, service desk operations, and more recently, container orchestration. My journey with Kubernetes began 6 years ago when I first joined RxM. It was quite the departure from my previous career where I was working largely with VMs, as at that point I had not touched any container technology prior to that. However, with a bit of effort and in no small part with the way that Kubernetes was designed, I was able to learn and eventually achieve my first CKA within 6 months of joining. To back that up, I was then put to work doing numerous POCs, many debugging sessions, and of course, a few tech challenges, one of which actually got me the title of Cloud Native DevOps Engineer with my company. One of my favorite features of Kubernetes is its design, the way that it is focusing on the abstraction of technologies away from the user. In my previous career, I often spent hours, maybe days, poring over documentation, just trying to figure out how do I get my first running instance. With Kubernetes, I was able to find the container I needed and eventually get my first instance up and running so I can actually sit down and learn how to configure the tool and how to use the tool. So with Kubernetes, it's really made it so that I, as an operator and as an engineer really, don't really have to focus on the deployment part of things. I can really focus on learning that technology that I need to support.
Hello, my name is Jerry Lozano, and I'm a senior consultant at RxM. I've been working in our industry for over 30 years, and I have a background in system-level software work with operating systems and device drivers, both Linux and Windows. My journey with Kubernetes began about 6 years ago when I started to work with clients who were migrating classic monolithic applications to cloud-native environments using microservice architectures. K8s was the foundation for that work, and it's been a fun and exciting journey ever since. I view K8s as an operating system on an operating system, treating containers as resources that are scheduled on nodes in a cluster. Well, that's a fundamental shift in the way we think about designing, implementing, and deploying applications. Without K8s, most large-scale enterprise-level applications wouldn't exist today. As an industry, we probably forget the importance of the role that Kubernetes plays in applications that we use and depend upon every day.
Hi, my name's Randy Abernethy, and I'm a managing partner at RxM. At this 10-year anniversary of Kubernetes, it kind of reminds me of early days at RxM where we were, kind of heavily involved in container technology, but always sort of unsatisfied with the orchestrators that were out there. We used Mesos and various things on top of it, along with Swarm, of course, and others. But when Kubernetes came along, there were some key differences. And the thing I think that attracted us the most was the idea of a pod. Being able to actually compose deployable units from multiple containers and get reuse and really that composability that pods bring to the table was a game changer. And we sort of jumped on the bandwagon pretty early on. We were founding members of the CNCF and joined along with Google, of course, and Cisco and others. And I think there were maybe 27, 29 of us or something at the beginning. And now it's grown to hundreds and hundreds of companies, along with, thousands, probably millions of people involved in Kubernetes.
Hello, my name is Ron Petty, and I'm a consultant at RXM. Been an engineer for over 20 years. Half of that has been with Kubernetes. During that time, I was part of the effort to help create the Kubernetes certifications, such as the CKAD, the CKA. I've held all the certifications at one point or another. During that time, we've also used Kubernetes to help educate others about distributed computing, how to maybe host a SaaS offering that they're interested in, and also in recent times, how to do AI-related work with this cloud-native technology. And that leads me to one of my favorite aspects about Kubernetes in general, how it's kind of standardized the way we talk about these systems, the mechanisms on how to design and build these systems. It doesn't solve all problems, but it solved a lot of them. And it continues to solve some, and I hope it does for another 10 years.
Thanks to you folks, and congratulations to the community on 10 years of continuing to improve Kubernetes. It's been quite a journey.
Happy 10th birthday, Kubernetes. Thanks so much for allowing me to stay focused on the true parts of my job, which is going to be actually supporting the technology and applications that my clients all need to use.
Happy birthday, Kubernetes. I hope your next 10 years are as forward-looking and revolutionary as your first 10.
Happy birthday, Kubernetes. Looking forward to seeing what's next.
Looking forward to how you all grow. Thank you so much, Kubernetes project and community. Good luck out there and keep up the great work.
If you get a chance to stop by and visit with us at KubeCon North America 2024, we'd love to hang out with you and share Kubernetes stories and talk about the future of Kubernetes, and wish you all the best with containers and Kubernetes in the future.